Suppose you have taken part in a drawing competition with your friend as a team. So on the day of the competition, you brought these set of pens and your friend brought these set of pens. So if you bring these together, you will see you have so many colors of pens now to use in your drawing. What will you do? You make a new set out of the pens you have. So now you can see you are having these many colors of pens. So in sets, putting things together like this is termed as union. Let us take another example. Say on the day of the competition, you brought these pens and your friend brought these pens. Now you want to make a new set to see how many pens you have. You take your set. But now, will you take all these pens of your friend? No. Why? Because your friend has brought a red pen. But you already have a red pen in that set, so you won't take that. You will take the black pen. You will take a white pen. You won't take the green pen. As you have already brought the green pen, you will take the brown pen. So you have this and this colors as the new set. So in maths, that is in sets, putting these things together distinctively is called union. Let's take another example. Say on the date of the competition, you brought these pens and your friend, he brought so many colors of the pens. He also brought the colors which you have brought. See, red, blue, yellow and green, he has brought these colors. So now you want to make a new set to see how many colors you have. What do? You directly take the set of pens your friend has brought because it includes the color you have. So you have taken the distinct colors which you and your friend had. So now in sets, putting these things together in a new set and taking the distinct elements together is called union of sets. That is putting the elements of two sets together. Let's see. So what is a union of set? A set consisting all elements which belong to either set A or set B or both. So you have to write the elements either in set A or in set B or both of them. Let's see it with a Venn diagram. Say this is set A and this is set B. So what will you do when you do union of two sets? You will write the elements inside A and you will also write the elements inside B. But you won't repeat the elements that are both in A or B. So how is a union denoted? It is denoted by the symbol U. So if you have to write A union B, how will you write it? You will write it as A union B. So this symbol is used for union. So you know that this symbol is used for union. Now let's take an example. Here A is the first 5 letters of English alphabet and B is the vowels of English alphabet. Now if I ask you to find out A union B, how will you do it? What do we do in union? We write the set which contains all the elements of A and B. So what are the elements of A here? A, B, C, D, E. So let's write it. Let's make a new set. A, B, C, D, E. And we also write the elements of set B. What are the elements of set E? A, E, I, O, U. So you write it. But if you look closely, see A is repeated here and E is also repeated here. You know that we always write distinct elements in a set. We do not repeat elements. So what will we do? We'll make a new set. So we will write it as A, B, C, D, E, I, O and U. So this will give us the union of A and B. So how does it look on a Venn diagram? See, we write all the elements of A and B. A and E are also the elements which belong to both set A and set B. We have listed them here once. But we won't repeat it when we write the elements of set B, as we have already listed them when we had written the elements of set A. So what is A union B? It is A, B, C, D, E, I, O and U. Now take this example. Here A is 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, whereas B is the even numbers less than 9, 2, 4, 6 and 8. The Venn diagram looks like this. There is no overlapping as there is no common element. How will you find A union B here? Now we know that when we do union of two sets, we write the elements of set A as well as the elements of set B. Here we do not have any intersection, or we can say that we do not have any common element here, no overlapping. So let's start writing the elements of A. So A union B will be, first we'll start listing the elements of A. 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. In the union of sets, we also write the elements of B. So we continue as 2, 4, 6 and 8. So this gives us an answer of A union B. Your union means putting the elements of A and B together in one set. So here it looks like this in a Venn diagram. Now let's take this example. Here set A is a set of all colors of a rainbow. You very well know what are the colors of a rainbow. Recall: violet, indigo, blue, yellow, orange, red, green. And C is a set of colors blue, red, green and orange. So in a Venn diagram, here we can see a Venn diagram representing A. Now if you closely see, C is a subset of A. All the four colors are present in A as well as C. We can make a subset here and name it as C. Now how will you do A union C? Find the answer for yourself. C. A union C will be violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. If you see, these are all the colors of the rainbow. Why have we taken only the colors of the rainbow? Because blue, red, green and orange of set C are already contained in the colors of the rainbow. So remember, whenever there is a subset C of A, or you can say there is a subset and a main set, then their union will give us the set A itself. That is the main set itself. Now solve this for yourself. Here set A is X such that X is a vowel in the word antique. And B is X such that both a constant and a vowel of English alphabet. Let's start writing them in roster form. So what is A? It is a vowel in which word? Antique. What vowels can you see in the word antique? Let's see. A, I, E and also U. So we write A, I, U and E and we close the bracket. Now what about B? It is both a consonant and vowel of English alphabet. Now, do you know there is any alphabet which is both a vowel and a consonant? Well, think about it. No, there is no such alphabet which is both a vowel and a consonant. So what will be B? B will be a an empty bracket. It has no elements. Now what will happen when we unite A and B? That is, we do the A union B. How will we find out A union B? See what we have done here. We have made the Venn diagram of B inside A. Why have we done that? Because in the earlier lectures, we have already learned that an empty set is a subset of every set. That is why we have denoted it inside A. Now tell me, what is A union B? For writing a set of union, what do? We start listing the elements. First we list the elements of A and then we list the elements of B. Let's start writing. So A union B is A, I, U, E. And what about the empty set? Do we write anything for an empty set? No, we leave it like this. So what conclusion are we coming to? We see that when we unite a set with a null set, we get the previous set itself. Check it here. Here we had done the union of A with a null set. Now what is a null set? It is a new name for empty set. So here B was the empty set. We had done A union B. That is A union with the null set. What answer did we get? Here A, I, U and E is the set A itself. So we got this same answer. So what did we learn here? We learned how to unite two sets. That is, do union of set A and B or any two sets. And we learned that whenever we unite one set with a null set, we get the previous set itself.